EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play here for Buffalo. 46 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 16.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. They run here with Singletary. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Allen now looks to throw. That's caught at the 3. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Throwing now is Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs touchdowns now on the year. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. The pass to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First down.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Jordan Poyer.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Sliding out of the pocket. Throwing right, and that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter if they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
He's going to air one out. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 7.
Rosas set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. This is intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. Tackled by A.J. Epinesa. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same. but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
New York.
Kareem Hunt. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead.
The kick is
And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Jets 14. Bills 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Throwing again. Allen. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Into the first quarter with the score Jets 14, Bills 7.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. $13 yards remaining on second down. From the gun, it's Allen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jabari Zuniga in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on third and long. Operating from the gun. Allen. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And a turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up second.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 2nd and a couple. Murray. From right side here, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one good for 33 and a first. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. This is Hunt. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Kareem Hunt with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
At their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play here for the Bills. And even 50 yards.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And now running right through it. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Allen. Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down.
All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills have cut it to within a score.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Murray. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. From the gun, Murray. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Bills on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Allen. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs.
Way in, touchdown, New York.
To number 5.
A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown.
Makes the score.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 20, 10. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Justin Jefferson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
28. Bills 21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Formation.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Singletary here running out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield.
he can also be a weapon downfield as well.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Singletary. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Now Hunt. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down now. It's Hunt, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Tackle by A.J. Epinesa. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. And that is going to be incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now, intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Aldrich Rosas lining up for the extra.
Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Operating from the gun. Allen. Left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one, but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7.50.
Now you're talking about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 now.
At the 35-yard line.
Now Allen off the bootleg. He'll buy some time running. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Allen. He's able to find Diggs. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Allen to Diggs there for a Buffalo 1st.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Allen. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. And again, it's Allen going deep for Diggs. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Allen to throw once more. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Montez Sweat. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Uses the spin. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
3-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
3rd down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw is Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. Just cut him. So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Operating from the gun. Allen eluding the pressure right. Complete. Jefferson the target. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. Big play here for Buffalo. 44 yards.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. From the gun, Allen. And that will be caught out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Jets are going to get the football back.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They run again with help. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Shotgun now from Murray. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jordan Poyer. Now he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Geis. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
The ball carrier.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On play action, it's Murray. Smith catches left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Geis. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Well, a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, New York.
First down, Hunt, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
The handoff to Kareem.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
24-yard line.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. He's got the first down inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
New York.
Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets 39. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Fighting Knox there, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Allen's throw is complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
19-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Good job, good job.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Ashton Davis in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
24 yards.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Score Jets.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, we'll see how the